All right, man. Hold on. Now look, y'all know we got a lot of love for Jaylen Brown over here. He's a strong brother, and I believe he's a strong brother. He knows how to articulate himself well. He's a good friend. He's a good peer. Just if you are involved in the same thing as him, he's shown that he will come and support you in the midst of adversity. When everybody was against Kyrie, he was the one that stood up and said, hey, this is my guy. He's a good guy. And he put action into play as the players union will have a lawsuit against the NBA. Now, Jaylen Repost, I just did the video on the Hebrews pulling up, supporting Kyrie. Now, as good media, player-friendly media, I'm going to say ahead of time, jump ahead of this and say Jaylen Brown is just saying he's happy to see black men, black people supporting Kyrie Irving, supporting the fight for the right for players to be able to express themselves. You know, he's the head of vice president of the NBA Players Union, and that's what he's about. The views of whoever is out there and all different type of walks of life, he doesn't have a clue about. He's just saying he's happy to see black people support each other. That's how I interpret this post. Now, in the coming weeks, they will try to put Jaylen Brown in the position to apologize for this post the same way they did Kyrie. Jaylen, I would tell you to jump ahead of this and say you just what we know as black people, you just happy to see black people supporting each other. So often we might jump out there and tear each other down. It's just good to see not just people on Twitter supporting Kyrie, but he's saying he's happy to see, some presence there to show the brother that he has love. I mean, Kyrie could have been going through depression, feeling that everybody was against him or something like that. So this maybe help his mental state. And that's what Jaylen is trying to articulate. I know that, Jaylen. But, the media doesn't have the best interest of the black male or the black person, as we see with coverage of the WNBA and women's basketball and who they choose to highlight. So, Jaylen, I'll say this to you. You stood strong. You've done your work. But we need, as black people, we need somebody that understands all walks of life of black people. They can understand the Kyrie, but can understand the LeBron. They can understand the Kevin Durant. They can understand the Tatum. They can understand the Shaq. You seem to be that type of guy. So somebody has to be on the inside that can speak the language of all of us. And you seem to be that type of guy. Don't give them anything to silence your voice. It has to be somebody that's not totally a company man that can walk and talk with the company people. You seem to be that guy. You understand what I'm saying, Jaylen? Just stay in position, continue to work and advocate like you've been doing. Everybody can't jump all the way out. Somebody has to be within the building. Just keep that in mind and understand that what you are doing with the legal action and speaking out is very powerful, and continue to be a positive role model and continue to curate and bring forth other leaders that are cut from your cloth. And you have to, how to move, Jaylen. So I don't have to say too much more. You understand what I'm saying. So Jaylen Brown, but don't be surprised if labels get put on Jaylen Brown and they demand an apology from Jaylen Brown as well, and maybe a suspension comes if he chooses to stand how Kyrie did.